Hi, it's a new year already, and this is my weekly recap of writing in the whole week of holidays. I can see that I was celebrating actually, but I don't know, maybe it's a general vibe. I didn't do much. Last time video was more fuller with all the things that I did, and actually this week is a bit more of a headache. That's the last week before my college starts again. I was sleeping, so it was the middle of the night, and I kind of woke up and realized that I did nothing from what my professor requested for me to finish during this holidays. I did nothing, and I was I got scared because in one hand, no one is pushing me to write. I'm not threatened when I write. While with the college and violin, I get this 3 lessons every week, and there should be this result, this progress. Otherwise, you can have problems. Not that they will beat you, it's just that they start, lecturing and, maybe violin, you have to want this and so on. I can't make you practice and so on. And that's conversations I don't like, and I would like to skip them. If you remember, or I don't remember if I told you that at the beginning of this 3 weeks of these holidays, I wanted to write at least one chapter, this 13th chapter. I only wrote chapter 13 yesterday at 11 p.m. Can't say that it hurts, it just my head hurts. And I'm stuck. I don't understand it. I saw this chapter. I saw what I'm going to do in this chapter. Yet nothing comes out. I don't know. I saw these scenes. I was listening to my playlist. I saw this scene with dialogues, with gestures, subcontext, and everything. And just now that it's time to write it, I can't. I'm frustrated at some point. I started reading this book. I started reading it yesterday, and I'm almost finishing. Okay, not almost. That's a long chapter. So I started reading second chapter. These chapters are long, okay? And I like this thing about this book because, if you watch my videos of where I read Once Upon a Broken Heart, you know that I don't like when chapters are being made into this kind of almost like a doom scrolling because there is a little thing happening. And so you don't get bored very easily. We already start a new chapter where something new happens for Also, not every time something new happens. I thought that my book is, that it's not like doom scrolling. And then I picked up this book. And now I question whether my book is like a doom scrolling because I said countless of times that I don't like that the book, it lacks this kind of, that Once Upon a Broken Heart, it lacks this kind of atmosphere, in which I really dive into reading. I don't know how else my vocabulary limits me. So I'm just trying to say that I want to feel like this feeling that I'm reading. And considering books I read, here are the classics on Russian. This classic, that's not a classic. Then I have this Alice Adventures in Wonderland, which book requests like this. Doesn't request, it's a fairy tale, but it's so deep that I think some grown-ups won't understand it, and at some places I didn't understood it. So plus my vocabulary, I showed it to my friend and she's like, isn't this a bit childlike? And I was excited about this book because look how many, it's huge. And it's done. That was an expensive book. Truly, my mom almost killed me. But it was definitely worth it. Don't even get me started on Nietzsche. I read almost every sentence. At some point, it's so difficult for me to read it because it's somehow, from the first read, it sounds like some nonsense. but after I reread it, it's so deep because I don't want just to read it in order to read it. I want to take something from it. So what I'm trying to say, this book, as far as I understand, there is dark romance. I still haven't reached that part. I'm in the second chapter. And also I found out that was supposed to be a fan fiction of Draco and Hermione, which actually evolved. I like that, believe me or not, I mean, I opened the first page. Okay, there is this prologue about this darkness and about how dense the darkness is and so on. And believe me or not, I wanted to start my book like this. Almost the same way, though this book got published later than I wrote that prologue, which I wanted to use for this book. But at the end, I decided to change it. I wrote another prologue, and that moment, because I still liked it, it was, I think it's very emotional to me. I'm kind of emotionally attached to this part, and I didn't want to cut this out, so I took it and thought that it will wait for its time. For now, I choose something different. Of course, mine is different. It's not really, because I can't say that it's darkness completely in my version. It's different, but yet so close. And I mean, that felt weird. I don't know how to explain it, That's kind of thing when you write and you see other people have similar ideas. Well, you know that yours completely came out of your mind. Well, I don't know if you believe in something spiritual. And there's this person who has similar, almost alike idea, and then that feels weird. I can't tell. I mean, unpleasant, definitely unpleasant. Because I mean, we all want to feel that we are somehow supreme, that we are better, and no one can that we are peerless, and so on. But we all are just people. So anyway, I'm leading to the idea that I was sleeping in the middle of the night until I wasn't sleeping. I kind of got scared. I mean, of course, my book, I write these thoughts, these monologues. I want to have these questions and everything. But beyond this, didn't I simplify it? I mean, I read this Once Upon a Broken Heart and I'm just like, that doesn't feel like book and so on. Well, I'm not sure if mine will feel like book, because usually, I mean, I divide chapters because my chapters are, at some point, they are long. And in one hand, it's wise to divide it because it's a different setting. There might be new character or anything. Then I divide because that scene is over. Then I think that looks almost like a movie. So at some point I read Game of Thrones, and this book feels like it was written for a movie. Maybe not. I don't know. I feel like I'm reading, but I see a movie. I can't say that mine is something like this, because monologues still are the biggest part of this book. But at the other hand, what the surface. So yes, I started questioning everything I wrote, and that's a lot. 34, almost 35,000 words, and it doesn't let me breathe. I'm afraid that it kind of sinks. Honestly, I don't know from where should I start. I did some world building also. One thing, I guess. Maybe one. I don't know. Also, I'm questioning it. Also, might delete it. Delete it from this diary. Also, I started writing because I have this academy in which one of my characters study. And I wrote literally one thing, and I just don't... And I can't share with it also. That's also very small, just there's also nothing to tell. And the military system I just kind of improved it. Because, as I said in one of my videos, I have pirates. And these pirates are, a huge problem in the Empire. that's not a rebellion, okay? I can't call it a rebellion. They just live on their own. They make up their own rules. There are pirates who become imperial ambassadors because basically they continue doing what they did, but now Empire isn't hunting them, and they just supply their part of their harvest to the Empire. Yes, those pirates are no longer accepted into the sunken city where all the pirates gather. Yet they are no longer accepted, they can't enter, but yes, there's a lot of pirates who picked Imperial side and kind of became this Larum de Imperio. They are Imperial ambassadors. Also, I thought about currency of the Empire, because, I mean, if you think about it, gold, all these costly things, you can sell, you can buy something with them, but that's the lowest thing from the, also, there's few lowest currency. For now, I have to labor, you go and work with your body. And second, gold, jewels, any material thing. That's the lowest currency. You won't have much, and that's the lowest thing you can have. I mean, you can have something symbolical, but that also depends what you want and from who you're buying it. It can be first sensation, you're giving the first feeling you have ever experienced. I don't think I can explain it. It works. I see it. I just can't put it into words. And youth, which is basically time. You give your time. Not that I still struggle to understand how I will make it. I see it. It has to be. I just need to think of the way that it, first of all, that it doesn't sound like a cliche. But if it be the thing that I need, I will leave it as a cliche. It depends how I see it, and if it first in three things: will it do its job? Will it send its meaning or this symbolism I'm trying to put into it? And the third, that it makes sense. If those three things are accomplished, it will stay as a cliche. Yeah, I still need to figure it out. How am I supposed to make it work? I know I could tell you that I was thinking about plot. I was mostly writing and so on. I did write. Of 13th chapter, how much? I wrote and there's high chance I will delete it. Okay, few lines. I won't count them, just few lines. And though I did huge parts of editing, I finished writing the haste chapter, which is not really haste, just that chapter I finished writing it, and I edited 6th chapter, which I don't know. I mean, at some point now, not that something cuts truly my eye, it's that I simplified it, not really, I just cut it out, everything that wasn't, not that it wasn't necessary, something that, because necessary is quite a debatable thing now, just something that necessary is if it doesn't move the plot. I removed some things which actually were supposed to move the plot. I just cut out everything that felt awkward. There were these moments, any moment that felt forced or unrealistic, anything that didn't sound like my main character. I removed some plot holes, which is other characters, from the room. I didn't kill them. Also, I did some, in that 6th chapter, I did some, I mostly worked on the physical reaction of the character. My main character is in a stressful situation, and the body responding all the thoughts and how it works. Stressful, even for me. I hope, at one point I thought it was supposed to be easy, but this chapter cannot be easy. Because my character is not in an easy position, okay? You can't play it easy. This chapter is difficult. And that moment which I mentioned that it was something, that moment which is, that I said that the moment with which I wanted to start my prologue, edited that because aside from this document in which I write the actual book, there's a second document in which I write the scenes that are still to be inserted into the book, but I already wrote them, so first I don't forget them, and so I write with the feeling I had while I wrote them. It's better to write when the emotions you're experiencing are raw and they are still not recycled, no. But something close. And yes, I was trying to write one of those things, and also I didn't write it. I edited some lightness, this kind of this moment about darkness and so on. I will call it like this. It's not it. That doesn't really darkness, but I will just call it like this so you understand what I'm talking about. Well, edited is that it's a quite loud word for what I actually did. I just changed some words and that's it on it. So sounds weird. I don't know. That 12th chapter. I mean, also I don't. I switch chapters rapidly, but that's because I have multiple point of views and it's necessary. I hope that will buy it off. Is that the same? That's the word or verb, correct? I don't know. I tried to explain it because I mean, I'm always analyzing this book. I mean, I wanted to. We all want for our stories to work, to be readable, and so they worked out in the way we see it. Because I mean, the final goal for all writers are different. I'm trying to reach mine. I analyze it over and over again because I don't want it to flop. No one would want it. That's natural, but it's just I have this kind of, I don't know, I can't say that it's fear, but just yes, I added descriptions finally, and I'm trying to make them feel natural. How do I explain it? That it doesn't feel like you're reading. It flows, and then bam, description because there has to be one. I don't want it to feel like this, and I want it to feel natural. I want it to flow naturally, and so yes, that was a hard week for me. Also, struggle to develop some main characters. I don't like that they are flat. They're not even flat because I don't have that archetype even for them. Because I have two characters, which are two siblings, from six siblings. So from 7 main characters, there will be chapters from the side characters. Just from these 7 main characters, there are 2 undeveloped. They are supposed to be main characters. I see them as the main characters. Just at the moment, I struggle to develop them. I still don't write from their point of view because I'm definitely not ready to write from their point of view. If I don't see them as a person, I will end up deleting everything, and I don't feel like doing it. I'm an extremely lazy person. I do actually feel like Nietzsche. I finally, after these 3 months of college, I finally went for a walk in my local park, and I like that while I walk and listen to my music, I have this flow of quotes, of ideas. Nietzsche had similar idea, but he didn't listen to music. Despite me having music in my headphones, I don't listen into the lyrics, okay? The music is like a background, so I just see like a scene, like a movie scene, and of course most of my concentration goes not into the music, but into the scene I see. It helps a lot. I don't know if it's right. Maybe that's why everything sounds so flat for me in this book. Yes, I find that my book is flat. I don't know, it doesn't feel like book. We'll see what ends up with it. Previous week was more optimistic, but this week was definitely harder, and I mean, there's no flying without falling, so I hope there will be flying after. That's my week. I don't think I'm the only writer who has this kind of, because I won't believe that every week. I mean, everyone's just posting this. Today I wrote this blah 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 1,000 words in one day. My number stays the same throughout these 3 weeks. well, of course, it's a question how they write, because I mean, if it's just words for the sake of words, that's a completely different thing. But just, yes, I struggle to write right now. I mean, it's stressful. I mean, my mom came in yesterday and I'm just dying before my computer. So, I mean, I see this scene. I don't know how to write it. Like I said, I saw it. I so vividly. It felt like just giving me my computer and I will write the masterpiece. Well, now, so don't do my mistake. I don't know. Usually, like I said, I write these scenes right away. For some reason, I thought this one will wait, because I mean, just give me a moment and I will write about it. Just, I mean, I was finishing that previous chapter, and I was just like, I'll finish this chapter and I will go and write that scene. That's passed already too much time. I already don't see it. So I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll delete this like 13th chapter and continue with 12th. But also I don't think that will work, and I want to continue from different point of view. So yes, my chapters are rapid. Some chapters like depth. Also 7th chapter, not far from 6th. It's easier, okay, but that definitely doesn't feel deep. Not that it only doesn't move the plot. It actually feels vapid. It's bland. Also, the thing I struggle now is that, I mean, I told you that in one of my videos that my characters have different way of talking. I realized they don't. I can actually switch between the dialogues and give them to different characters. That's a no, okay? That's a horrible thing. And I realized it, and I mean, that's a huge headache for me, because I mean, we all sound different when we talk. Also, that's why I started writing how my pirates speak, because I started to fix it from pirates. Well, actually, I was supposed to start from my main characters. Just like I said, I see this kind of videos, oh, I almost finished my book, it took me a year, and so on. And I know it takes me a lot of time, and sometimes it's just impossible to write. Usually at that moment I practice, because I can't waste my time. Yes, and these kind of phases happen. They happen with me often. I mean, yes, I like I said, I did some things, but I don't see them as a significant change. There were small things, and these things are probably to be deleted. I had no intention of making this video with bad energy, okay? I don't want to say, to give this negative things. I don't know how else to say it. Yes, these things happen. I am still here. I'm still writing. But if you look up writers who actually already succeeded, I don't see that, like, they just sit and they write and just like, oh, I already wrote a book that, I don't know how it happened, just a side effect, I just had a computer and here comes the book. That's most of the published authors, because, I mean, of course, in TikTok, if you look up amateur writers, or the beginner writers, all of them struggle. They all show how they struggle. I don't want to make I don't know what this video can hear to someone, because for me, I just want to tell that it also happens. It doesn't feel like I'm forcing the book out, okay? I don't want you to think that way. Just sometimes, yes, it's impossible. And I think that works with everyone. And I mean, of course, at some point I watched Charles Bukowski video, and he said, like, if you feel that you struggle to write, if you feel that it's hard to write, don't write. That's impossible, okay? When everything is now built on social media, successful success, and how easy and how to sell it, agents, publishers, and so on, TikTok, BookTok influencers, yes, it becomes hard, okay? You start to question those things, because we all love ourselves and no one wants to get hurt. That's what I want to tell, okay? Struggle is everywhere. I know that. I acknowledge that. So hopefully I will rest tomorrow. Maybe I'll read some good book. Maybe I'll just sit and enjoy my food. That kind of positivity. I don't know that I'm not good at it. Okay, I can't fake it. I don't actually feel good. Yes, maybe the serial wasn't so pleasant if you watched till the end. And what can I say? I mean, and those week happens unpleasant, which I would like to forget, but here we are. That's all, folks.